So I'm here today to talk about wax. I know a lot of you ladies have asked the question before, if you've tried to take things into your own hands, what type of wax should I use? Or for some of you ladies that have waxed at home before and you've been doing it for a little while, you may have asked, well, should I keep using this wax? What if there's another wax out there that's better than the one that I have? Where should I start looking? Well, I'm here to talk about a wax that I bought recently, about 2 months ago, and I highly recommend it. I actually love using it. So before I show you the wax that I purchased, later in the video, I will show you the meltdown of the wax so you can see how smooth and velvety it is, and you can see the small little beads and what they look like inside of your wax warmer. I will also be showing you the application of the wax. So once the wax melts down, I will apply it to my arm, and I will show you exactly what it looks like when you apply it to the body. I'll show you how it goes on nice and smoothly. I will show you the removal of the wax patch so you can see, how it will come off. I will show you the flexibility of the wax once I do remove it so you can see the patch. You'll see some of the hairs in the wax as well. All right, so big reveal. So the wax that I decided to try is by a company called WAXNESS. This is their product right here. And so with WAXNESS, they have many different types of waxes that you could buy. But as you can see here, the one that I bought is the Azulene one. Just trying to focus the camera there for you so you can see it. Yeah, that's better. Azulene. And you can see here it has like a little chamomile flower on the front of it. I really love the packaging of it. You can see the little film wax beads on the inside. Look at the back here. Isn't this cute? Like, I just love how cute this is. It has like a little bee on the chamomile plant and, all the little flowers. So it's very creative, very pretty. And I love that from the back of the packaging, you can see how much wax you have. So I did open my bag. I did use it already. That's why I'm able to give, an honest review on, what I think about the product. So excuse the way that I opened it up because I just took a pair of scissors to it. Just the corner because I wanted to kind of, create a little pore spout there. But yeah, so when I got this product, I want to say that the wax was probably up to here. So I used a good amount of it already, even though, from here, it doesn't look like that's a lot of wax. Which it really isn't, but to let you know how much body area I was able to cover with just using that amount. So I was able to, wax my eyebrows. I was able to wax my underarms twice with it already. I was able to do Brazilian wax, lower leg wax, and I still have wax left over in the pot. So a little bit with this goes a long way. And then just to show you a little bit more on the bag, I love how on the side panel here, it kind of gives, the main reasons on why this wax is great for purchasing. So just to kind of read it to you, it talks about, first off, this is hard wax. So you do not need strips. With soft wax or strip wax, you have to put the paper down. Well, with hard wax, you don't do that. You literally melt down the wax, apply it to the body. So no strips, which is a great advantage of using hard wax. It also says low temperature, meaning that when you melt this wax down, you're not gonna need high temperatures to get those beads to melt down. The low temperatures are great for it. You don't have to worry about, burning this wax because you can, overheat, wax to the point where it can, smell a little funny, or sometimes the texture could be a little bit different with it. But this one, there's no issues with that because you only need to really use it on low temperatures. It says medium to short hardening time. Another great plus with that for anybody that, waxes themselves or wax other people, or you use wax, there's nothing worse than applying wax on someone, speaking hard wax, and it's taking forever to dry so you can pull that wax off. And so with this, I applied the wax, and I would say within about 5 seconds or so, it was already hardened up so I could, you know, pull it off. Then it's also, it says ideal for underarm and bikini. That's amazing. Underarm and bikini area are some of the most sensitive areas. So the fact that this is recommended right on the bag is a plus. I will agree with that once again. I did use it for my underarms. I used it for my bikini wax. I had minimal sensitivity that showed afterwards. So that's true as well. And then it has chamomile extract. And so chamomile, as we all know, is something that's, you know, very soothing. So to have that inside of the wax itself helps to calm it down. Last point here, it has natural resin, which is great. And when you look at the ingredient list, the first 2 ingredients is that resin that it's speaking about on the bag here. And so if you're not familiar with resin, so resin is basically sap from trees, like cedar trees, juniper trees, pine trees. And so the main base for this wax is natural resin. It's the sap from trees. And so it's not, you know, some you know, strange chemical that's, you know, a bonding agent that's created to be wax. The base is sap. And so, you know, that's something that you can really look forward to, you know, with having, you know, sensitive skin and just applying things to the skin. And as an esthetician, I'm always, you know, very aware of things that you apply to your skin because it is the largest organ. And so you really want to be careful when it comes to, you know, those weird or iffy ingredients that are in products that you're using. And so, you know, being able to look at, you know, wax, where it's just something that we're going to be using often all over our bodies, you want to just be, you know, careful about what you're applying to your skin. It also has WAXNESS, if I'm saying that correct. If I've said any of these ingredients incorrectly, well, maybe you'll tell me how to pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it for now. WAXNESS, as you can see, this wax is called Azulene. WAXNESS is an ingredient that is derived from azulene. So azulene is blue in color, and it comes from the chamomile oil. And so that's naturally blue in color. And so with azulene, it's great with soothing the skin. And so for my clients, when I do facials and they have sensitive skin, I gravitate towards cleansers, moisturizers, and things like that that have azulene in it because it's an anti-inflammatory. And so when you're waxing, as you guys all know, the skin becomes a little red. And so, or can become a lot of red, depending on how sensitive you are to heat and hair removal. And so with having azulene as being part of your wax, it helps to reduce the redness that you see. If your skin swells up a little bit because of the procedure of ripping those hairs out, the swelling that you have, it's going to be reduced, because azulene really does an amazing job at soothing the skin and calming it down. So that was the main reason why I also bought this wax, because I just really wanted to, you know, with testing out other waxes and not really being sure on where to go, the fact that it said azulene on the front and I knew that azulene was going to help to soothe my skin, calm down redness, it will be gentle. That's why I chose to go with this wax. So next on the bag here, it also gives directions on how to use the product here. So that's this list here. And then underneath there, it gives you all the warnings that you need, you know, to know before you start using it. For instance, it gives the warning of, you know, making sure you do a test patch before you apply the wax to a large area. So normally, you know, you would take just a little bit of the wax, or you really should do this with any product that you're using for the first time, especially if you have sensitivities and allergies. You know, you just put a little bit on and you wait 24 hours. So, you know, those are the things here as far as the warnings. It also talks about, you know, where not to apply the wax and so forth. And then on this side, it's the same exact thing that I just told you about, but this side is in Spanish. So that's nice that they have one side in English and one side in Spanish. Okay, so let me pour a little bit out for you to see. So try not to spill it. So it's, you know, little pellets. I like how, you know, defined they are, and the shape of it is really cute. It's like a little oval shape. I can't really pick it up because of my nails, but you can see that there. Ooh, already spilling. But yeah, so that's the shape of the wax. This is film wax. And so the nice thing about this film wax is that it doesn't really break on you when you go to use it. It's super flexible, which I really love and appreciate about it. Once again, there's nothing worse than using a hard wax where it's constantly cracking and snapping on you. One thing that I did notice in some of the reviews is that some people did complain about that with the wax. That's an easy fix. Number one, when you use a hard wax, the temperature has to be just right. So if the wax is too cold, which, you know, it's really thick when you stir it, it's going to break on you as soon as you apply it because it's not the proper temperature to use. So, you know, number one to fix, you know, wax that's cracking on you often is to make sure that your temperatures are correct. Secondly, well, how fast are you working? If you're moving really slow because you're really cautious, maybe it's your first time, you're afraid. Well, when you go to apply the wax and you leave it on there for an extended period of time, and you're taking a little long to pull it off, or you're a little hesitant to pull it off, it dries. And when it dries completely, it may snap on you. A third reason why it may snap on you is that maybe you're applying it too thin. So when you apply that wax super thin, it's going to dry very quickly, and when you try to pull it off, it's going to break. So, you know, to avoid that from happening, try to heat your wax up a little bit more. Apply the patches a little bit thicker, and don't wait so long to pull it off. So this bag that I bought is the 2.2 pound bag. And so to talk about price point right off the jump, for this size bag, which this is their medium size bag, it's $20. You cannot beat that. I mean, the price point per ounce is probably the lowest price point that you could find for wax that you can purchase, and especially high quality wax. You know, waxes that are really cheap, you know, you pay for what you get. So with this wax, it's such an awesome deal. It's super affordable. They do have other sizes as well. So they have like sample sizes. I have it written down here. So they have a sample size, which is like 3.5 ounces, which is $2. They have a small bag, which is 1.1 pounds, and that's $12.99. Of course, this is the medium that I told you about that I have, which is $20. Then they have a large bag, which you can buy in bulk. So this is more so if you're running, you know, some type of salon, or, you know, yeah, basically if you're running a salon, because there's no reason to buy wax in bulk at 22 pounds for $165 unless you have a business and you're working on clients continuously. Also have where you can buy the wax in volume. So if you're running a business, you can buy multiple bags of that 22 pound bag. You can buy multiples of those, and it reduces your price per bag. So you end up saving money that way as well. So I would suggest, you know, for yourself to be using at home, to buy this bag. Buy the medium sized bag. The small bag, it's not going to really last you that long unless you're just using it on maybe like your eyebrows and underarm, you know, those small areas like that. So it'll, you know, last you a bit longer. But a medium sized bag is great if you're going to be using it for multiple body parts, legs, things like that. Because that's, you know, kind of annoying if you use the wax, if you buy a smaller bag and you use it and now you have to reorder it again in a month. So a bag like this, you know, with this much wax, remember, this amount of wax that I have, I've already used it. So the wax came up to this line pretty much. So, you know, a bag of wax like this will last you probably, you know, 4 to 5 months. I'm not exaggerating. This will go a long way. And eye wax everywhere. So I'm not a type of person where, you know, this month I may just wax my legs and this month my underarms. Like, no. Every 4 weeks, I religiously make sure that I am waxing everything. I keep my wax schedule to the T. I do not miss a month. So if you're the same, if you're just like me, then buy the medium-sized bag. Also on the side of the bag, it gives you information for where the company is located. This wax is made in Italy, but the company where the wax is being distributed from is in California. So, you know, check out the website. WAXNESS.com is right here on the side of the bag. I will also leave links down below so that you can, you know, check out the website and the different waxes that they have. Just to name a few that are, you know, really cool. They have wax for men, so that would be nice to try. They also have a white chocolate wax, they have a rose wax, they have a white tea wax, green tea, charcoal. They have a natural wax as well, so it's dye-free, it's hypoallergenic, and there's no scents that are applied to that wax, which is really nice. So if you have those sensitivities, you have that option as well. They also have a lavender wax. So, you know, I definitely will be trying their different types of waxes so that I can compare it to the Azulene one that I love so much, and I really think you should try it. And the wax comes quickly, which is really nice. The company, they have free ground 2 to 5 day shipping. That's US shipping. So, you know, if you order this bag, you can get it quickly. So one thing that I do wish is that the packaging was made a little bit differently. So with the package, the wax bag, let me show you this. It's just a regular, you know, plastic made bag. It's nice and sturdy and everything, so you don't have to worry about it ripping open or breaking on you. But to close it back once you open it, there's no real way, you know, to do that. So you can see here, you know, that, you know, once you break the seam that's here, your bag is going to be open. So you can see how where I cut mine, there's no like locking system or anything like that where you can easily kind of, you know, close it back up like you would do like maybe like a Ziploc baggie or something like that. So when it comes, so you have to be very careful when you open your bag of wax and how you open it. So you really don't want to, you know, cut this bag down too deep when you open it up, because you're probably going to, you know, spill it out and have a hard time closing it again. So, you know, something that I do and suggest, because it's really not that big of a deal, is that, you know, once you open it, you can just kind of roll it, you know, back down, just like that. And use some type of clip to kind of hold it in place. That's really the neatest way, you know, to close this package back up. But you really want to keep, you know, the bag nice and closed. You really don't want it to, you know, be exposed. You want to keep the wax nice and fresh. So if you roll it up, you know, it's gonna unravel again. So you have to, you know, be a little creative and, you know, getting that bag to, you know, close and stay closed. So all in all, this is such an awesome product. I love this wax. This company did such a great job with the formula of this wax. Like I said before, I love the way the wax melts down. It's nice and easy when you apply it. The time it takes for the wax to dry once you apply it is very quickly, so you can efficiently get the job done. There's no scent really to the wax. It's more like a natural smell of the wax. It's not any type of perfume or anything added to it. So that's really nice because I have migraines. So having, you know, things that are highly scented will trigger a migraine for me. All right, so after I just showed you the product of what I bought, let's get busy. Let me show you the whole meltdown of it. I'll show you what you need. Well, not what you need, but what I'm using. I will be using this tin wax can. This is the GG one. I do have a GG wax warmer, which you guys probably saw me clean her. I'm trying to get this adjusted. You saw me clean her in the other video. So it's brand new, never been used. So you don't have to worry about me mixing other waxes into this wax. You'll get to see it nice and cleanly melted down. This is the GG wax warmer I was talking about. If you did not see that video on how to clean a wax warmer, make sure you click on that. I will leave the link down below for that video. But if you have a wax warmer that looks a mess, before you even start your waxing job on yourself, or you're trying to wax other people, watch that video so you can see easy, affordable way to clean your wax warmer with things you already have at home, ladies. I know you have this stuff at home. Check out the video. So yeah, let me plug up my wax warmer. Let me turn it on low so you can see it melt down on a low temperature, and I'll be right back.